What's a happening? What's a going on? How is everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty okie dokie right now. It's been kind of a slow back half to the week, but we got a little bit to talk about. It'll be cool. We'll have some fun. So let us prepare, as we usually do. By grabbing that sip, lighting that smoke, leaning back, hitting the like button, and relaxing. Because it's that time for our own personal treat. It's the Saturday Night Chill. What's happening, y'all? How's everybody doing? Welcome in. Welcome to the Saturday Night Chill. Welcome to the basement. How y'all doing? I got a new shirt. We need more people in here, though. But you can at least see a little bit of it. And yes, it is pink. But since I've actually managed to get a little bit of a tan, I can now wear pink. When I'm my normal creamy goodness, I get washed the fuck out by this color. But now, I can rock it. What's going on, Prez? What's up, Griff? What's up, lurkers? Hope everyone is doing well. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. What's up, Brooke? Welcome in, man. How's the last couple days been for everybody? You watched the If movie, wholesome film. Nice. Nice family quality flick there. Have to remember that. Did that get a theater release or is that just on Netflix? Didn't it get a theater release? I thought it got a theater release. Pretty sure it got a theater release. I don't care enough to look it up, though. You officially started your vacation. Woo whoop. Is it a vacation or is it a staycation? And if it's a staycation, how big is the honeydew list? Saw it in theater. Okay. Because staycations generally involve honeydew lists. More of a staycation. Are you going to be appropriately lazy, or are you going to be dutiful? Productive. Good acting from both Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski. Cool. Cool. Fucking other way. There we go. Excusez-moi. Lots of home maintenance, new starts on the daily, and much more. Okay, so basically you're taking a week off to work for free. Well, no, your job will still be paying you, but you'll be getting paid to work at home instead of working at work. Lucky you. Sounds like a hoot. Yeah. All right. So, new shirt. Wow. Hey, Laura, how are you? Welcome back. Love watching myself on the delay so I can keep an eye on other crap and realize how tubby I actually am. Oh well. So, first order of business. I have begun a new channel. It is called Basement Philosophy, and it's basically where I'm going to talk about all the stuff that we end up rabbit holing down for at least a few minutes on this stream. But that channel is going to be dedicated to all of that shit. Now, I haven't actually made any videos yet. There's no videos on it, but I would greatly appreciate it if you would, if you have not yet, hop on over there and give me a subscribe, please. The link is in the description for this stream/video when we're done. You know what? Let me go ahead and drop another one in the Chizat. There we are. That is the link to my new channel. Like I said, I haven't uploaded any content yet. I've got actually a few ideas kicking around. But, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. Thank you, Laura. It'll also probably be somewhat triggering on occasion, because I have views. And some of my views based on... I've got views that I think might surprise some people based on what you've been hearing from me for a while now. And then a shit ton that won't. Yeah, so far as channel news / show notes / whatever the fuck you want to call it, I do believe that be it. Thank you, Brooke. Oh, we all do. We all do. Like, the only prerequisite to that channel is, you know, like actual discussion. Like, any kind of, I'm just going to ban a motherfucker. They start, like, dropping hate language in the comments and shit. They'll just be gone. And that's explained in the description, and it'll be explained in again in the first video, which is just going to be an intro video, just so you know. The technically the first video of, you know, specifically channel content is going to be the second one. So yeah, reasoned discourse is the goal of that channel. Nerdy discourse is the goal of this one, but still reasoned. But still reasoned. Uh-oh. There, now we can see the whole sea. Oh, I shall. I mean, I've only had, like, the one dude who was hanging out, like, way back when I first started that used that derogatory term for a homosexual female, and I was like, nah. And all I did was pause him for 10 seconds, and he had a whole little hissy fit. And unsubbed. And then there's a couple other people's streams he'd go to in the, I guess you'd call it, my YouTube circle. And he'd see me in there, and he'd just dip. Like a little bitch. Excuse me. Yes, there are way too many trolls online. Definitely too many trolls online. All right, so like I said, not a lot of shit ton of stuff happening since Wednesday, so I'm not really seeing a 4-hour stream coming this time, which is good because tomorrow's Father's Day and I need my fucking rest. So, not that I'll get any, but anyway. So yeah, we got just a couple 3 things to discuss tonight. Got a little bit of news about The Rock, and then we got The Boys premiere. Me personally, just some Diet Coke. But I was sharing a blunt with a couple other people right before I came on, so I'm okie dokie. I need not any booze. For I had that blunt, and then I have this as a backup. And I live in Michigan, where it's legal. That wasn't to you guys. That was to, like, people who might frown on that shit in general. And if that happens to be one of you, sorry, but... Anywho. So, hey, David. How you doing? Welcome in. All right, so down to business. Like I said, we got, excuse me. We'll start with the all natural, all legal tobacco. Yes, that is correct. A very specific form of natural, legal tobacco, or tobacco, because it's wacky. All right, so we will start with the, at least at the moment, the least consequential news, at least in my mind. It came out earlier, either today or yesterday, can't remember which. Anyway, in the very recent past, that The Rock and his production company, technically it's his production company, signed a first look deal with the Walt Disney Corporation. Now, what that means is that, yes, it's legal here too. What that means is that anytime The Rock's production company comes up with like a project or whatever, Disney has first look. They get to see it before anybody else every single time. But then if they don't decide they don't want to do it, then, the company can shop it around. Right? Cool. So, why is that consequential? Because The Rock is now tied to Disney. And Disney happens to own a rather large superhero franchise. And as he was practically jettisoned from the last one he was in, and people won't stop talking about Rockpocalypse. Or Rockalypse. No, Rockpocalypse is better. And since I want absolutely nothing to do with The Rock playing Apocalypse in the MCU, I'm not thrilled that he has now a very significant tie with them. And you know The Rock. He is going to be all over that motherfucking company, trying to get in as much as he possibly can and be as influential as he possibly can. I mean, motherfucker tried to take over DC. Obviously he has zero shot of doing that at Marvel. But he could still attain some level of influence. And I don't want that shit. So, if they keep it to just that, which is, hey, well, I can't remember the name of his production company, but his production company is like, all right, hey, we've got this thing. So Disney automatically is like, all right, let's see it. Kind of cool, but not really our thing. Good luck. But what if said project is Rock's attempt at an MCU story? Starring him. Produced by him. Black Adam was fun, but I really do not need the MCU version of fucking Black Adam. The MCU doesn't need the MCU version of Black Adam. Nobody needs the MCU version of Black Adam. Nobody. At least not in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. The Rock now has much deeper ties to Disney than just doing movies for them. Now his production company has deep ties, which means he's got an automatic avenue right on in there, which of course he'll try to play with and exert pressure on executives and creatives, trying to get his big ideas done, even if they tend not to pan out that well. What do you guys think, though? Do you think this first look deal with The Rock's production company will somehow result in him ending up in the MCU? And if so, what say you? Brooks says Rock being in the MCU could be a disaster. Yes. And that's no less than 50-50 odds. If the odds really are. That's really, in my mind, are more towards it being a disaster rather than, 50-50 or less of a chance. I feel like the chances are greater that The Rock being in an MCU movie would be not great. Do we agree or disagree, chat? What you thinking? Tell me what you think. I want to know. Anyone remember that one? It's like a 20-plus-year-old song, right around a 20-year-old song. Jesus fuck. This aging thing sucks. Brooke says, I did like Black Adam, though. Fun action film. But I don't know if The Rock should be trusted to take on bigger roles in the MCU, like Apocalypse for X-Men. I mean, technically, yeah, it's not a given that Rock shouldn't be trusted with a bigger MCU role. It's not a given. But in this here brain, it is more likely than not that he would not do well in a larger MCU role. That is how I feel. How about you guys? Agree? Disagree? Couldn't give a shit? You'll fart and that'll be the closest you can come to giving a shit? What you think? What do you think? Do. Her says, no, I don't think we need The Rock in the MCU, but can The Rock actually still put butts in seats other than wrestling rings? That is an excellent question. I think he can for like the Disney family movies that he's done, like Journey to the Center of the Earth and or no, whatever. They went to an island. But yeah, Journey 2 and that train one and a couple others, like the family shit he does pretty well with. Like people love him in the family shit. But as for a blockbuster at this point, especially after Black Adam, I don't think so. I do not think he would be that big of a draw, even in an MCU movie. I think he'd be a bigger draw doing another one of those family movies, like where he's that train engineer or some shit. Something along those lines. But yeah, I don't think Rock in an MCU blockbuster. I don't think his presence would make said movie all of a sudden explode at the box office. I mean, granted, like, the diehard wrestling fans who also happen to like, Marvel or at least the MCU, they might get a little bump. Especially since he's just been wrestling. Was it just at WrestleMania? But yeah, overall, The Rock would be good for, at best, I think, a minor bump in the box office. But The movie's success or failure will definitely not be dependent on his presence. How about that? As usual, I take 3 to 5 minutes to work my way around to the best way to put it. Which is whatever the fuck I just said. Oh yeah, his presence will neither make nor break a movie. An MCU movie. Well, his presence won't make an MCU movie. He could potentially break one. Griff says, I actually like the Journey series. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a Brendan Fraser fan anyway, so yeah, because he did Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then Rock did Journey to some fucking island or some shit. I still can't remember. All I really remember from that movie is the peck pop of love when he was bouncing berries. David B says, doesn't The Rock have a massive ego? Yes. He could cause trouble, and has. Look at him and Vin Diesel, both as bad as each other. Best avoided. Disney has enough trouble already. Yes, that is also very true. Although, even as big a pain in the ass as he is, from other people I watch on the YouTubes who have really good knowledge of Hollywood, he is actually one of the better behaved Hollywood stars. Even as much of a douche as it's come out that he's being. He's still nowhere near any... what'd they say? He's nowhere even near the top 10. Laura says, honestly, I'm just terrified of the heat wave we're supposed to get. Yes, we're supposed to get a heat dome. 97 Fahrenheit / 36 Celsius for 4 days straight in New England. No AC here. Yeah, y'all don't really need it so much. Probably all the stores are bought out of box fans by now, too. You may end up having to, make, you know, how you got, your string of Christmas lights? You may have to end up making a string of those little the little misting fans, and just, hang it right in front of your face and just... Something along those lines. Yeah, that does sound brutal. Heat wave in 2021 and 2022 was pretty bad in Washington State. Yeah, I don't know about heat wave for this year in your area. Yeah, I'm not sure how bad Washington's going to get hit, Brooke. Not sure. But yeah, it's supposed to be quite toasty here next week as well. Yep, you agree with me about the family films and not the MCU with The Rock. Thank you, Brooke. The Rock was good in Star Trek Voyager, says Laura Smith. 1 episode. The fuck? Okay, I know I've watched all the Voyager at least once. I do not recall The Rock's episode. I believe you, obviously. But yeah, I honestly don't remember that. I'm going to have to look that shit up. Oh, Jesus. Prez says, LOL, Wednesday it was cops and a shooter. Tonight it's gnarly wildfire with ash falling already. Jesus Christ. Man, Prez. The wildfire isn't actually, coming towards you, is it? Like it's going the other way? Or around or something? Griff says, he probably don't have shit on Ed Norton. Yeah, probably not. Brooke says, I like The Rock in the Fast and Furious films. He was all right in those movies. Yeah. Technically, he's a supporting character. Though. He wasn't... Vin Diesel's the lead of that movie. Well, of all of them. So, even when he was Hobbs, at least when he was in a Fast and Furious titled movie, unlike Hobbs and Shaw where he was co-leading with Statham, he's technically a supporting character when he's under the Fast and Furious title, specifically. So, yeah. He could, again, if that kind of type of character in the MCU, hero or villain, would probably be okay. I just do not. He is not qualified to lead an MCU movie, at least not in my mind. Sunkatsu. What is Sunkatsu? Oh, you're in no danger at the moment? Oh, that's good. Hey, Alan. How you doing tonight, man? Welcome in. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, that's the story about The Rock. It's pretty much all I got. Basically, I just wanted to say I'm not all that thrilled he has closer ties with Marvel, and I do not want him as the lead in an MCU movie. He can be a supporting character. That's fine. But, like, no. It will not work. If it was going to work, it was going to work with Black Adam. Granted, there is this one little item I just thought of. And that is, at least, again, I do believe at this point, anything the MCU... Oh, that's the name of the episode, Sunkatsu. Okay. Thank you. Season 6, episode 15. Oh, thank you, Alan. All right. What the fuck was I saying? There's going to be one fair point. Oh, yeah. At least going forward, at the point at which a movie The Rock would be in would be, developed and produced and shot and all that crap, it would probably be it would probably be written at a higher level, shot at a higher level, produced at a higher level. So there is that. But this is the kicker in this situation. Live long and prosper. The kicker is even with all of what the MCU can do around him, The Rock's still The Rock, yo. Like, my volume's low? The fuck? Is that helping? Because I got that all the way up, and I got that all the way up. My indicator here says it's loud enough. Are you hearing any difference at this point? Maybe I just need to be closer to the mic. Yeah, that's all the way up. Yeah. Those are all the way up. Oh, ha, dumbass. Here. All right, that should fix it. I forgot to hit a button. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Should be better now. Excuse me. Yeah, so definitely no Rock in the lead of an MCU movie. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of projects his production company does come up with and which ones Disney actually goes with. Yeah. Look at it think of it this way. A first look deal between a production company and a studio basically guarantees the studio prima nocta. And leave it to me to find a way to make it about 6. But of course, that's no surprise to anybody. At least it shouldn't be by now. All right, so that is item number 1. Item number 2. What's up, Travis? How you doing? As for Fast and Furious, I'd... Looks like hacks accidentally hit enter or send or what have you. Which, don't feel bad, I do that shit all the damn time. I fat thumb the hell out of my phone keyboard, it's aggravating. But actually just do a voice in the MCU like Groot. There we go. Yeah, voice a fully CGI character. That's a good idea, David. That's exactly what he should do. I mean, he's already doing it for Moana. What's up, Brady? How you doing? Travis says, I think a bold move with Fast is to reveal the characters in the plane crash in Fast X all died. Oh. It would be interesting. I still haven't watched all the Fast movies yet. I got on a roll with them, and then I ended up stopping about 6, I think. And I haven't picked it back up. So... Oh, right on. If you end up doing shots, I want one. All right, cool. People just checking out booze in the background. Don't mind it. All right, so item number 2. Because I do the thumbnail item last. And this time I will not forget. That was just that one fucking time. I don't know why you guys keep bringing it up. Watching from work, enjoying your break while you can. Well, good. By the way, let's do this real quick. All right. Well, we've got some people that have popped in. Welcome in, everybody. More than just have that of acknowledging the chat. Welcome, lurkers. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that's here. If y'all could do me a humongous... excuse me, the Diet Coke. If y'all could do me a humongous favor and smash it a like, I would be very, very grateful. And also, if you haven't done so, please hit subscribe. By the way, that was the... I knew there was one other little channel business that I wanted to talk about. Speaking of subscribing. Thanks to the fact that I can subscribe to this channel from my other channel and vice versa, which now I have one extra subscription on each channel from me. But that puts us at 198. 2 away from the small GameStop gift card giveaway. Dub. What's going on? Travis says the first 3 Fast movies and number 7 are good. 5, 6, and 8 are entertaining but dumb. 10 is bad. 4 and 9 are god awful. David says, chillin', you have to watch Fast X. Jason Momoa is so funny. Like, yeah. I would probably, Momoa would be more of a reason I would watch Fast X than probably any other. I've been a big Momoa fan since Stargate Atlantis. We've hit it already. What? Let me refresh. Still says 198 here. Oh, you're talking about the like button. I'm an idiot. Thanks, Brooke. Travis says, I swear Jason Momoa in Fast X was told to act like Bam Margera in an episode of Viva la Bam. Yep, we are almost there, guys. Just need 2 more. Just need 2 more. Matter of fact, if 2 of you just go open another account on this bitch and then come back in and subscribe, we'll be there. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, if anyone feeling frisky, feels like opening a second account and resubbing to here to get us over the hump, that'd be really cute. That'd be really cute. I mean, technically, I've already done that. Yeah. Dose. Yep. Travis says, The Rock is what I call the Blando Commando. Always playing the same impervious, boring action man. The Blando Commando. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Unfortunately, like Hobbs is Black Adam, is whoever he played in Doom till he got turned into a demon, is most of his other roles. Yeah, you are not wrong, Travis. C-Dub says, so, not gonna lie, I'm having one of those alcoholic smoothies I was talking about yesterday, chillin'. You son of a bitch. Put a picture in my Discord at least. Which flavor are you indulging in? Because yeah, a boozy smoothie does sound really good. I was telling Mrs. Chillin actually about that, and I'm like, we may have to go to southern Montana, just over the Illinois border, because those smoothies sound fucking delicious. Travis Mitchell says, Doom, I actually appreciate for the fact The Rock flat out becomes the villain. Well, yeah, but right up until he became villainized, he was still The Rock. But I will give him credit. Cackle. Okay. Keeping it moving. What the fuck was that? That was weird. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the 3-episode season premiere of The Boys. Skeetlebit, just sub. Nice seeing you, chillin'. Well, it is good to see you too, Skeetlebit, and thank you. Brady says, just got my girl to subscribe on her account. Well, thank you, Brady, and thank you, Brady's girl. Brooke says, subscribe to your channel with another account. Hope it helps. Brooke, you're the man. Thank you, all of you. I'm going to hit refresh, and I think that should actually be 201. I said refresh, motherfucker. Show it to me. Oh, that's 200 on the dot. Whoop, whoop. Hooty hoo. Huh? Yeah, I know. That means 1 week from tonight, we will do the drawing for that for the gift card. So, y'all really going to want to be here next week. Now, obviously, this isn't even a monetized channel, so don't, for those of you who are also nerd vendors, don't be expecting any kind of Josh level gift cards up in this bitch, since I'm not even monetized, all right? $25. It's going to be 25 whole dollars. But it'll be $25 you don't have to fucking spend. So, who's got a cute duck? Oh! Wait, that's Brady. Oh, Skeetlebuzz. Never mind. All right. So, yes, The oh, before I get into that, Travis says jumping ahead, but with Blade, could be playing Jamal Afari, Blade's mentor. Who could? I could see a flashback with Isaiah Bradley Cap meeting Jamal and young Blade hunting vampires. Who could be playing Jamal Afari though? You didn't put You didn't put the name. Let me read it again. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Jumping ahead, but with Blade, could be playing Jamal. Yeah, who could be playing Jamal Afari, Blade's mentor? And what the fuck happened to Whistler? Thank you, Brooke. Yes, definitely on to 300 now. Which means I need everyone who's already currently subbed to me to now go create a second account and do this same shit. All of you. Oh, you want? Oh, yeah. You enjoyed watching the Blade films during your Thanksgiving break last year? Yeah. I mean, Blade Trinity is not great, but it's still a Blade movie. Giancarlo Esposito and Captain America. Oh. Yeah? Okay. Could be. Who was it that, was that you, David, that got me, that, was bringing, Whistler was invented for the movies? His original mentor was black? Well, what the fuck is that shit? And why did Wesley allow it? I'm surprised. David says, Chillin', you have come a long way since first prize giveaway, which I won and gave to Alan. Yeah, and thank you, David. Thank you for, thank all of you who've been with me since 100 or even earlier. Brooke's been around since goddamn near the fucking beginning. And David, you're pretty early in here. Obviously, Griff. Anyone with a wrench has been here a long time. So, yeah. But, yeah, thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you all. Whether you're active in the chat, just lurking, watching on the replay. You know, if you've made it this far, thank you. Please keep watching. We're going to have some fun. So, yeah, we'll get hopefully we can get a few of you in here next week. Yeah, because I think, matter of fact, David, now that you bring that up, I think I had a whole 5 people in that stream, I think, that time. We got 13 in right now, looks like, 12 or 13. So, it's already more than double. So hopefully we can get this many, if not a few more, in next week. Let people know there's free shit. Brooke says, oh yeah, I joined this community in late 2022. Well, it was June or July 2022 is when I started the channel. So yeah, you are OG, my friend. Good year personally for me, to be honest. Well, I'm glad. That's good. Also says, thanks for making my Saturday evenings more enjoyable. Well, bro, you're welcome. And thank you for, being around to enjoy it. I'm glad I do that for you guys. So, like, if y'all weren't here, I'd be talking to this and the camera, and that's it. So, thank you guys so much for helping this little channel of ours to grow. This channel is only mine insofar as this is, like, my Google account and I'm the one on the camera, but this is our channel. Because, like I said, I'd be talking to nobody if you guys weren't here. I'd still do it because enjoy this shit, but, yeah. You guys are awesome. David says, I joined after your appearance on Sidetrack. Yeah. Yeah, you came over, I believe Donna started popping in about that time, Laura. I got a couple, 3 of you guys from Sidetrack, and I appreciate you guys. Brooke says, free stuff is always good, especially the GameStop gift card. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, Microsoft had a big gaming event this past week. The Starfield DLC looks cool. Yeah, I've seen, I don't run around in, gaming TwitX, but some of the people I follow are also into gaming, even though I don't follow them for their gaming shit. And, but yeah, so I've heard little hints of big gaming things happening this week, but not a whole lot of detail. Brooke says, although people in the Den of Nerds server have recommended against getting Starfield for casual gamers. I've heard that. I've heard Starfield is ridiculously involved. Brooke says, I will try to join a Sidetrack stream. Actually, been a while since I sleep in kind of late on Sundays sometimes. Well, I mean, yeah, technically they start at 9 a.m. your time, so, yeah, pretty much. They said, you don't have to speak to a microphone without an audience. Well, I mean, if I ever do, well, I'll definitely be doing videos on the other channel. But yeah, so technically that's exactly what I'm doing when I'm making a video. I'm talking to a potential audience, but really it's just this and the camera. And Streamlabs. Pardon. All right. Now, The Boys premiered this week. 3 episodes. Question 1. How many of you currently participating in the chat actually watched that show? And, well, watch it on a continuous basis because you enjoy the show. How many of you watch it, like it, all that good shit? How many of you are fans of The Boys? Laura says, Sidetrack hasn't been on much lately. Hoping Jay is okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't know any more, or I don't know any more than you know, because we both heard Harris say it at the same time Thursday night on his Afterthought stream. Brooke says, I watched The Boys Season 4. I loved it. Yeah. David says, we've just had some so-called big shows for games for Xbox Showcase and Ubisoft. Yeah. Brooke says, violent as always. Oh, hell yeah. Chris says, I do. Cool. Anybody else? What the hell's playing on my music? I need to figure out a way. Well, first of all, I need over-the-ear headphones. I'm tired of these fucking buds. But that's on a basis of needs. Ooh. A little easy one, though. Light groove. All right. C-Dub says, I get half Tiger Paw, 151 rum, peach schnapps, orange, and pineapple juice. I would just have them remove the pineapple juice, but other than that, I am very much about the Tiger Paw. And half Silver Bullet, Everclear, and lemonade. Oh my God. I would need 2. And then I would get a third and drink that over the course of an hour and a half. But damn, that sounds fucking magnificent. Doesn't that sound good? I mean, ugh. 151 rum, peach schnapps. I haven't had 151 in a minute. I don't know about the Everclear, though. I mean, well, with all the other stuff, it wouldn't be so bad, but Everclear's. You can run, like, classic cars on Everclear. You can run a carbureted engine on Everclear. Brooke says, yep, and I saw the trailer for the DLC of Starfield, David. It looks so cool. I might just wait until all the DLCs come out to get Starfield. Oh, yeah, no, for your smoothie, yeah. David B says, I watched The Boys, but haven't started this season yet. Okay, well, I plan on being a bit spoilery, so It's up to you if you want to hang out or not. And you can check back in 10, 15 minutes maybe and see where we're at, whatnot. It's up to you, man. If you want to dip out, I totally respect that. Brooke says, I have a pair of headphones from Sony, $10 from Target. It works really well for me. Nice. C-Dub says, they are the edibles of alcohol. It creeps up on you in about 45 minutes. C-Dub says, trust me, you don't taste any alcohol in these at all. That's why they are so dangerous. Oh my God, I need one. All right, here's what you do, Dub. You get you get one of those drinks. You get a thermos. And you wrap the thermos first in plastic wrap, then in bubble wrap. Then you put it in a box. And you send that box to me. Cool. If only. David B says, I think I'm getting Starfield for Father's Day. Cool. Cool. Okay, so to the boys. Just overall, I fucking loved those episodes. I am so stoked this show's back. It was very much the boys. That fight scene at the like a 5-gallon bucket. I mean, if you don't mind. I just figure a thermos would be much cheaper on the shipping. But yeah, if you're feeling froggish, I'll take a fucking 5-gallon bucket. I know the wife will appreciate enough for us to both to share. That's for sure. I mean, even like a gallon, like, you know, just once you're done with a gallon of milk, rinse that bitch out and, you know, fill that up and send it. If that's the shit, if that shit is that strong, then like even a milk gallon would probably last us at least 2 nights of drinking, if not 3, at this point in time. Our tolerance is so gone. Brooke says, I like the addition of the new characters in The Boys. Yes. Yes. And that is, since you brought that up, that is one aspect of the show. Brooke says, to be honest, I really liked how the character of Victoria Newman is developed too. Oh, yeah, they've done all kinds of fun shit with her. Quick side note. Y'all remember the scene there towards the end where Butcher sends her Huey's files, and really it was a shot of allegedly his bunghole. I wonder whose butthole that was. I doubt it was Carl Urban's. But quick little side note, Eric Kripke put out that she did not know what she was going to see when she tapped that. That was her literal, authentic reaction. She had no idea she was going to see someone's butthole and taint until she opened the file. That's hilarious. But yeah, that is, when it comes to the new characters and like delving into the main characters and the side stories that are happening, I must most heartily disagree with Josh. Like, he just said he didn't care about any of that stuff. I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed going deeper into into the character psyches. I like that Firecracker ended up being just, you know, more than just a psycho. I mean, although she is not well, obviously. But yeah, I appreciated them giving her character a bit more depth than what it appeared they were going to. I fucking love Sage. Sage is dope. And not just because her character's from Detroit, although that's really fucking cool. But yeah, she is playing the smartest person in the world perfectly. That I do agree with Josh on. If Pedro Pascal can claim that vibe that she's issuing when he's supposed to be the smartest person in the world in the Fantastic Four, we're fucking golden. Golden. But yeah, so and I like the looks we got into her. I thought it was awesome that Homelander actually lowered his ego enough to A, ask for help, and B, ask for help from a woman. Because, well, Homelander sees himself as superior to literally everybody, but it seemed in the way they've portrayed him pretty much from jump, he's very dismissive of females, whether they're supes or not. So that's a fun little twist for his character. The fact that he's going through a midlife crisis, it would appear, is friggin' awesome. Oh, that's a buggy. Of course, they had to go the boys with his aging problems and have him plucking out his gray pubes one at a time and then storing them in a jar. But yeah, I liked the depth they're giving him. They put a little blemish on Starlight. Is it Starlight or Starlighter? Like Josh keeps calling her Starlighter. I thought she was just Starlight because I know there's Lamp. Brooke says, I like the developments around Homelander's son. Oh, yeah, Ryan. Poor Ryan, that kid. What are you doing, cat? Yeah, that kid's fucking going through it, man. His dad wants him to be completely amoral and have zero conscience. But, of course, he has one because, you know, he spent his formative years with his mother before Homelander found out about him. So he grew up as a normal kid and taught to have a conscience by his very decent mother. So that's, of course, another thing irking Homelander besides his gray pubes and sycophants. But, so yeah, he's got his dad up his ass about having no conscience when it comes to humans. He's got the conscience he's already been given. What's his fuzz? Butcher said all kinds of nasty shit to him at the end of last season to save his life, but he still said it. So, and then he's got the promise he made. Butcher, the promise he made to, you know, his wife / Ryan's mother, take care of him. And of course, Butcher's got that weird ass shit going on in his head and only 6 months to live. And I still want to know why it looked like whatever that growth is appeared to start moving tendrils through his veins. Anyone else catch that? That was weird. It is just Starlight. Okay, cool. Thanks, love. Yes. Okay. So Josh was wrong on that too. But yeah, like, not just introducing these new characters, but actually giving them substance right from jump, I think is a good fucking idea. That and getting back into Huey's family dynamic, I thought was a really good idea. It was a bummer that they stroked his dad out to do it. But delving back into, you know, his mom coming in out of nowhere. And, I mean, first his dad having a stroke fucking him up, and then his mom coming in out of nowhere that he hasn't seen since he was, what, 6? And then she comes in and is like, yeah, I was called, and oh, by the way, I have power of attorney. Wait, what? Yeah, it turns out he and his mom and dad were talking for a couple of years, and no one bothered to tell him. Like, I enjoyed that. Well, I mean, I didn't. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the deeper look into Huey. No Diddy. What's up, Ned? You haven't watched the episodes yet? Well, I'm getting spoilery, so, you know. Be warned. Brooke says, yeah, season 4 is actually pretty deep. I mean, yeah. In season 4, the stress of the conflict is just taking a huge toll on all the main characters. We are so close to seeing them snapping most of the time. Yep. Yeah, this show definitely keeps not just us, but the characters on, like, right on that knife's edge. Thanks, Ned. I managed to talk Chad into, like, opening second accounts and hooking me up, so some of them did that, and I appreciate that. I was at 198. I only needed 2 people to do it, so. And they did. Thank you. So next Saturday, again, just real quick, next Saturday. Holy shit, that many people fucking left? What the hell? There's no way. Oh, I guess there's a way. Holy shit, like fucking 11 people left at the same time. That's wild. All right. I'll miss you guys, whoever the hell you were. But yeah, I enjoyed the depth added. Oh, let's get this out of the way while we're at it. Frenchie has been by from jump. They weren't even trying to keep it a secret. I'm pretty sure it's literally come up in conversation that he's fucked both men and women prior to this relationship he's now having with Colin. Although, wow, is that a wild dynamic? He meets this dude in Narcotics Anonymous, and they start I guess you could call it a romance. I don't know. Anyway, they're fucking a little bit. But it also turns out that back in Frenchie's much more active assassin days, that he killed Colin's fucking family. So he is falling for and laying the pipe to a man whose family he wiped out in the past. Like, holy shit. Holy shit. You had to reboot your app earlier. Maybe YouTube is having an issue. It could be. I hope so. I really hope so. Like, people just have to... Oh, yeah, maybe YouTube hiccuped and everyone... Well, hopefully most of them come back. Oh, back up to 6. Cool. Well, maybe that was a YouTube thing. Well, thanks for telling me that, Laura. I appreciate that. You know, I've had to do that plenty of other times when I'm watching other people. That's for fucking sure. So hopefully that's the case, and people will start rolling back on in. Brooke says, "Oh man, when Frenchie was high, that made the fight scene that much more interesting." Oh yes. For those of you, I don't know if any of you watched Gen V. I watched it and loved it. The scene when the homie was literally tearing apart all the guards, but it was his hallucination, so they were all puppets. And so you just got like red strings for blood. And I mean, that was, I guess, interesting enough. A very fun way to interpret a gory scene. But yeah, when Frenchie was, what he called it, a light melange of hallucinogens. Yeah, so when those motherfuckers kicked in, when Kimiko was kicking ass, what would we have? Like rubber duckies flying around. Every time Kimiko would hit someone, a rubber ducky would squeak. She was like causing blood to flow, and it'd come out as bubbles. Like she slit a dude's throat, and just bubbles came floating out. With, of course, they had to throw in the popping sound that you get with like bubbles in cartoons. So yeah, that show is pretty wild. And then of course, they went immediately from the fun scene to Frenchie totally freaking out in that other room while poor Kimiko was having to take on fucking everybody. So yeah, that was that was good, and gave us a little more depth into Frenchie. We got that look into Starlight's pseudo mean girl phase when she was a teenager on the pageant circuit. We got Butcher being Butcher, although he is softened up since season 1. Some. Mother's Milk and Butcher going at it and him kicking Butcher out, but also somehow managing to, at least at this point, mostly flip A-Train. And that's going to start a really interesting arc for A-Train. Because obviously, I can't remember if this was said in the show or in one of the breakdowns I watched. But yeah, it would appear the bludgeoning of those guys to death in order to frame the Starlight fans, I guess, the people that support Starlight, in order to frame them. That evidently is weighing on his soul. Dark circles were mentioned under his eyes. So yeah, he gave up some camera footage to exonerate the two gentlemen who are being framed. And then he had that meeting with Mother's Milk, and he looks like he's very strongly considering flipping, and I think he may. It's going to be interesting, though. See if he survives it. That's for sure. C-Dub says, I love the boys so far. Hell yeah. Brady says, the puppet stuff was wild. Yeah, it was. Dub says, yes, Butcher didn't drug his stepson. He's come a long way. Yeah. I mean, that was such a good scene, though. Those two just hanging, having a frank conversation. Butcher actually leaning into his feelings. Oh. That is being a little herky-jerky in there, isn't it? I just had, because like I said, I'm watching this on the back end, and I just caught it being a little herky-jerky. I was like, oh. It's going now, though, it seems. I'll go ahead and fucking refresh this bitch just to see what happens. Well, bam! We appear to be okay now. Cool. So, and then of course we have the boys trying to kill Newman and being on it. When the hell did she become damn near invincible? Like, acid didn't phase her. Butcher had a fucking whatever kind of gun he was using. I feel like that might have been a 45. Fucking right on her head, pulls the trigger, and she just gets knocked down and gets back up and is fine. Like, what the hell is going on with this chick? And of course, she's got the blood power too, that she uses specifically to pop heads. But as we find out in Gen V, it's the same blood manipulating power that God damn it, I forgot her name has, but the main character in Gen V. And we found out she was what's her fuzz's secret sponsor. Newman actually had a really decent role in Gen V. If you haven't watched Gen V, you need to watch Gen V. Brooke says, Victoria Newman is just built different. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see if she caves to Homelander's deal that he proposed during that rehearsal for Vought on Ice. Marie, wasn't it? Yes, I believe you are right. Yes, Brady, I believe you are correct. Brooke says, more terrifying than Homelander in some ways. In some ways, yeah. She's, I think she's just as, well, she's psychotic. I don't think she's quite as psychotic as Homelander. Homelander's fucking just, but, and yeah, she's definitely quite amoral. And, yeah, quite Machiavellian. And obviously has no problems with blowing people's heads up. So, C-Dub says, Gen V was great. Start slow for the first 2 episodes. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, when it picked up nicely. Brooks says, Newman is very deceptive and good at hiding her true nature. Homelander is just straight up blunt with his nature. Yes, that is a fact. Yes, good assessment, sir. That's a good assessment. So what else super interesting happened? I mean, that first attempt on Newman's life in the first episode was fun. How about her daughter? Holy shit! I mean, it's one thing for someone to have powers, but her daughter fucking kind of Beetlejuiced a little bit, and then fucked up those Secret Service agents. Holy shit! That was a bit crazy. And her daughter had no problem doing it either. She just popped her face tentacles out and shredded those motherfuckers. Yeah, her daughter's fucking freaky. She's fucking freaky, bruh. But oh yes, the Vought on Ice rehearsal and scene. Now, I don't think it's come up yet, but Huey's knowledge of what Homelander wants to do, I don't think it's been talked about yet. Hopefully it comes up next episode because, Homelander being willing to take out the president for Newman to become president, but he's going to want her to first he wants her to come out as a soup, and then he wants her to basically put all the soups in charge, pretty much. So, plus she has to navigate all the shit that the president's up to, trying to curtail her authority and keep her in check because he knows his life is in danger from her. Or suspects it, and he's fucking right, so. I mean, she very much wants him dead. And it's for fucking sure. But, so we got President v. Vice President. We got Homelander wanting the Vice President to give him assurances in return for him killing the President. Obviously, we have the boys in general trying to find a way to take out Homelander. We've got Butcher trying to get Ryan away from Homelander and get him safe like he promised his wife. We've now got... Oh, yeah, we've got... what's his fuzz in the show now? Fucking Negan. God damn it. But yeah, we got him in there as kind of the cold CIA operative that Butcher started off as. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Ha ha! Yeah! Yeah, so Jeffrey Dean Morgan in here, but by the way, I fucking love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So we got him in there as the ice cold CIA agent that's like, we either need to turn Ryan or kill him. So there's that. What the fuck is happening to my fucking camera? God damn it. What are you doing? Stop it. Oops. Sorry, people. Just give me a second. Fuck. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, yes, and Butcher only having 6 months to accomplish everything he wants to before whatever that shit is that's evidently now running through his fucking veins kills his ass. Got Homelander going through a midlife crisis and plucking his pubes and saving them, the gray ones. Oh, yeah, the redheaded chick, who's, of course, going through all her crises there at Vought, basically being demoted, thinking about quitting, going to Disney. That's funny that they brought up Disney. Even though it was in, like, just as a reference, it was still kind of funny. And Disney's been after me for years. But I don't know why her character is so intriguing to me. Because really, she's just an ass-sucking bitch. But then, she's also got that freaky side of, her kind of dom side, which is kind of fun. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But I find her character compelling regardless. You go night-night? So we got her dealing with all her inside Vought trauma and being treated like shit by Homelander. Dude, the ice skating scene was amazing. I know. That song was so wild. Holy shit. But yeah, then when Homelander's going after Huey? Yeah, Huey. And ends up first lasering a skater in half, which then creates a stampede, which then involves the dude dressed as Jesus doing the most damage on his way out of the rink, running over the one chick's fingers with his skate and cutting them off, and then flopping over the wall and slicing another dude's throat open with a skate. Yeah, it was that was hilarious. That was great. Yeah, Sage is awesome, Brooke. Smartest person in the world. And yeah, her dynamic with Homelander is going to be very interesting because you already know her plans do not stop at helping Homelander achieve his plans. You still got to watch any of it, Prez? Bro. It's awesome. There's some extra. We'll get to that in a bit here, but what the fuck was I just talking? Yeah, so you had that happen, and of course, again, Huey left with knowledge of the plan. Excuse me. Yes, and then of course when they're teaming Sage at the Truther convention, and the one suck up to Firecracker turns out he's a soup. After we find out he's a super obsessed with Firecracker and also is into the human salad-peed scene, I guess. And then, of course, leading into the fight scene when they get trapped by Sage and Firecracker and that guy and some other people. And then those dudes have pink eye from all the salad tossing. That was fucking hysterical. I loved that little detail. And then, of course, again, there's her lackey. I can't remember what his actual soup name is. Was it Splinter or some shit like that? But, basically the boys' version of Multiple Man. And because the boys is the boys, Multiple Man ended up naked with a porn-sized CG dong flying around on most of his doppelgangers. And pink eye. So we got a bunch of naked dudes with big CGI dicks swanging and pink eye fighting the team. Yes, the machine gun packing dong gang. Yes. Yes. Yes, redefining the "this is my rifle, this is my gun" chant from Full Metal Jacket, kind of, huh? Yeah, before I saw those episodes, someone on the TwitX had posted, "I'll never look at Multiple Man in the same way again." I have to agree. Yes, the blood stake. I could not figure that shit out for the life of me. Again, until I saw a breakdown video. Turns out that item with the blood on it is a medical tool specifically designed for lobotomies. So it would appear that Sage is self-lobotomizing in order to take a break from being smart. She wants to be normal at times, which explains why she was laying there eating a bloomin' onion. And no, I know there's theories out there that it was the Deep's octopus, but it is a regular-ass bloomin' onion. Deep would have known the second he bit into it if it was actually an octopus and not a fucking bloomin' onion. Come on now. And, watching Transformers 2 and then, wanting to fuck the Deep. So, yeah, she's, and again, I didn't notice this myself. This is information I gleaned from other sources. It would appear when Homelander was studying her thing in his preparation to go see her, she does have limited regenerative ability. So putting those things together, it would appear that this is something she does at least on a semi-regular basis in order to take a break from her extraordinarily active mind being active. That's why people with ADHD and depression and anxiety, aka all forms of overthinkers, tend to smoke a lot of weed or drink a lot and or both, or, some of them get really, unfortunately, go overboard and get into the hard shit. But yeah, I understand her need to slow her fucking brain down. I am not claiming to be the smartest person in the world. I just know what it's like to have a brain feeling like it's constantly whirling. I have weed. She evidently needs to take much more aggressive measures. Yep, that's why she was all relaxed and chilling and able to enjoy a Transformers movie. You really think if she was running on full intelligence, she could actually sit down and watch a fucking Transformers movie? There's no reason. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're entertaining. Well, at least the first three. But yeah, they're definitely not movies that require you to have your intellect switched on. So if hers is running, there in no way would she be able to sit there and watch that fucking movie. Or really probably want to fuck the Deep either. So, yeah, she makes herself normal by... And, then eventually she heals, recovers, and becomes the smartest person in the world again. You have no idea. Your brain is not in a constant whirl? Lucky fucking you. Unless I can hyperfixate on something, I'm just like, thinking of this. Oh, but then there's this. Oh, but then there's this. Oh, like inner squirrels. You know how I squirrel on stream? I inner squirrel a lot more than I even do doing this. So, what else important happened? Oh, yes. Starlight's own desire to not get away from Starlight and all the trauma, sarcasm. Oh, Jesus fuck. My bad. Duh. Hang my head in shame. Yeah. Hey, Mer, how you doing? How are you, girl? But, shit. What else was I going to talk? I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. Starlight. First, her journey to get away from her mental trauma by not being Starlight anymore. And then all the fuckery that Sage and Homelander are getting up to, basically forcing her back into being in the front. Oh, Jesus, the nerd emoji. I mean, really, it shouldn't be a surprise that I also have my moments of density. Density. But yeah, so we've got that. She's got that going on, and then of course the the blast from the past in the form of Firecracker. What was that rumor she spread? Oh yeah, the only way a piece of trash like Firecracker could have gotten as far as she did in the pageant was by letting the judges ass fuck her. I mean, yeah, that's a fucking rude ass rumor to start for sure. So, and I can understand Firecracker's rage in that situation. I caught a lot of shit when I was a teenager. I mean, it fucked me up, but it didn't piss me off to the point where I went out to, do my best to find a way to ruin motherfuckers' lives. Not that it wasn't an appealing idea, but Brooke says, I love the scenes where Sage had the courage to give Homelander constructive criticism and not flinch when Homelander almost loses his temper. I agree, but I think constructive criticism is too nice. She was flat out giving orders. And in every box, she was like, this is how it's got to go. This is how you're going to achieve your goals. This is the way it has to be. This is why you came to me. So this is how it has to be. Yeah. Oh, yes, poor Ryan also having a conscience and having guilt about killing the stuntman. Poor kid. He's all fucked. Huey and his mom, Homelander's midlife crisis, Firecracker and her alt-right craziness coupled with intense hatred for Starlight being a mean girl, really hella bitch. Starting a rumor like that. Yeah, I got Frenchie fucking the dude, a dude whose family he happened to have wiped out years earlier. You got Kimiko freaking out because there's a cell of the people that captured her in New York, which is where Frenchie was hallucinating. And oh yeah, that's right, that one girl at the end of the scar on her face that recognized Kimiko. Of course, Kimiko has said nothing about that. Frenchie has not told Kimiko that the reason he's so weird with Colin is because he killed Colin's family. I believe his dad was a judge. What else? Butcher wanting to save Ryan in the short amount of time he has left before he fucking croaks. Mother's Milk's running the team, basically fires Butcher. He's also most of the way to flipping A-Train, and that's going to be an arc to see how A-Train handles that, and if he fully flips or goes double, decides to do double crossing or double agenting or whatever. Press says, did the Deep really blow A-Train, or did I read that wrong earlier? No, he did not blow A-Train. Homelander, as an example of everyone being a fucking annoying ass sycophant, was in the process of forcing him to, and then stopped them himself. But yeah, no, Deep did not blow A-Train. Deep only talked to his octopus that he has hidden that he said he got rid of. Matter of fact, the octopus was complaining about them not fucking in over a week. So yeah, Deep's got that going on, and then of course now he dropped. Now he's showing his eel to Sage. No, who didn't what? Oh, you're talking about Deep. Okay. Yeah, A-Train's arc is looking to be pretty interesting. I mean, he's got plenty of reason. He was leading his nephews on a merry old time, and his brother came rolling up, literally, and was like, "Yeah, that's all bullshit. I know because I was there, and he's not worth your time, boys. So no more talking to Uncle A-Train." So yeah, he's got A-Train's lost his family. Oh yeah, that fucking movie with Will Ferrell. Oh my God, what the shit was that? Yeah, that movie where they basically have him as a street thug being saved by Will Ferrell. Um, yes, and of course the guilt over the killing of those guys to be used in the framing of the Starlight people. He's turning face from a heel. Yeah, he's starting to. Oh, let's not forget the comedy relief. Noir, or Black Noir, who, as we know, the real Black Noir, Homelander literally ripped the guts out of at the end of last season because Noir knew that Soldier Boy was Homelander's father, or at least sperm donor. So now we have a replacement Noir that's just literally an actor to play Noir, but he doesn't shut the fuck up. Always whining about his motivation and stuff, and it's really kind of funny, actually. I feel like dude, shut up. You're not supposed to be talking. I'm not getting enough motivation here. You're not supposed to be talking. That shit is hilarious. Out there slinging yayo for some gang. Yes, that was the line. Slinging yayo for some gangsters. The fuck. So yeah, so we've got obviously the boys working against Homelander. We've got the president working against Newman, Newman working against the president, possibly working with Homelander against the president. And then of course everyone's side shit. There's a lot going on, but for me, it's all good. Again, all the character development and backstory details we got in these 3 episodes for our characters, and especially the development of the new ones. Like, they gave us some shit quick, and I like it. So I disagree with Josh. He may not care, but I enjoyed all that character development a lot. And I enjoyed despite the fact a lot of the extra, and well, not just in this episode, but a few episodes, has to do with big swanging CG dicks. I still love the extraness of the show too. So, what do you guys think? Those of you that watched, where are you at with it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Praises, complaints? Where are you guys at with The Boys season 4, episodes 1 through 3? What you thinking? I'm loving it. Easily a 9 out of 10 overall. Pour moi. C-Dub, Josh doesn't like stories. I actually almost put that in the chat yesterday before I had to go to work and stop watching. He's like, I just don't care. And I'm like, the fuck? We're getting all this info on these people and building them out this quickly so we can get even more into their arcs. And yeah, I don't understand Josh is not caring with these. I think he's getting a lit. I think this is one of those moments. And y'all know I love Josh. We all love Josh, but sometimes Josh gets a little too in his film school head. I think this may be one of those times. C-Dub says, call me McDonald's, but I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with these first 3 episodes. Quite pleased. Ugh. Any more thoughts on the Bizoys? Bueller. Bueller. Otay. Give it a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Nice. Nice. Brooke says 9 or 10. I can't go 10. I mean, there are little moments here and there that I was kind of like, eh. But very few and far between. For the most part, I was like, yeah. But I can't go 10. It wasn't perfect. But it was really good. All right, y'all. We've got one thing left to talk about. And I made it way past my normal time, but it is time for that break that I generally have to take. I will be back in a couple minutes. Please don't leave. And to occupy your time, whilst I am away for a wee bit, if you have not yet, please hit them like and or subscribe and the notification bell if you're having a good time. That way you can have a good time every time we have a good time here in the basement. And if you hop into the description, you'll see the link to my new channel, which I haven't put any content out on yet, but I will be. And yeah, so go check that out, read the description, hit subscribe and notification bell on that one, and I will be back toot sweet. Hello again. We're back. And it's time to talk about our main story. Why the hell did I have to move all that shit? That was weird. Anyway, the main subject, the subject on the thumbnail. Blade. Y'all remember when that movie was first announced? Back before the turn of the fucking decade in 2019. Panthers are getting flat out destroyed by Edmonton. Oh, that sucks, assholes. But, y'all remember that? we're all excited. Mahershala Ali as Blade. I'm a big Mahershala Ali fan. I loved him in Luke Cage. I loved him in House of Cards. A couple other things I can't remember, but I know I dig Mahershala Ali. He's a kick-ass actor, and I was very excited for him to be Blade. And then you remember, not too much later, I think it was post-credit scene for Eternals. We got his voice, and it's like, hell yeah. And then the troubles began. They started going through writers. And then they started going through directors. And just this week, they lost their most recent director right after hiring yet another writer. Is this movie ever going to fucking get made? Like, what the actual hell is going on with this movie? I think they're on their, fifth or sixth writer? The story itself has changed like 3 times. Can't remember who it was. Who was I watching? I was watching one of Roka's shows, and someone on one of his shows alluded to, might have been Snyder, alluded to the fact that, what's his name? Jan DeLange, I believe. 8-1? Jesus, fuck, that's video game numbers. The fuck was I saying before I read that? God damn it. Right. Jan DeLange. Evidently, they said it was an amicable parting, but evidently he's being a bit of a pain in the butt behind the scenes. Now, it's being talked about that Disney may want this movie to be PG-13. And that might be a lot of the difficulty in getting this thing nailed down. Now, why? You've already got a hard R movie premiering this year. Now, granted, Deadpool hard R and the kind of hard R you'd get in a Blade movie, dark and killing a shit ton of vampires. Not the same kind of hard R. But, honestly, there's probably going to actually be more literal blood in Deadpool and Wolverine, because when you kill a vampire, at least in Blade, if they stick with the way Fox did it, vampires just disintegrate. Yeah, Brooke, you're right. There are rumors that Dracula is going to be the big bad. Dub says back-to-back game 4s with each team about to sweep, but instead the losing teams blew away the winning team. It's almost like it's rigged or something. I mean, nah. There's lots of examples. Well, I mean, there's lots of examples of teams winning game 4 and preventing the sweep. But yeah, I don't know that a lot of them are blowouts. Original Blade was super brutal, Brooks says. Blood everywhere. Oh. Well. I mean, if he's going through like an army of familiars, yeah, that could get pretty fucking bloody. Because those are just normal humans. But regardless, even if it is 2 different types of hard R, you've already broken the hard R wall, or you will be July 26th. So to me, why are you even bothering trying to tame Blade down to a PG-13 movie? It makes no fucking sense. The fuck? Why? Just get after it, man. Dub says 90s hard R were soft compared to now. Compare Blade to Logan. Hmm. Yeah, but again, like in Blade, a lot of the death you saw was disintegrating vampires. Those didn't really have too much of a chance to get super bloody, other than the rare vampire kill you saw on a human. Um, but I still think trying to soften Blade down to a PG-13 movie is stupid. I mean, don't fucking make it if that's what you're going to do. At least in my opinion. Fuck that. But, yeah, that's one thing. But yeah, it's been 5 years since the movie was announced, people. 5 years. And like, what, 6 writers, I think? And now they're going to need their third director. Like, Mahershala has got to be losing his fucking patience by now. His lawyer even came out and was like, we signed this deal in 2019. It's been 5 years and they still haven't started shooting. This is the craziest thing I've seen in my career. I'm like, yeah. The Matrix would be PG-13 if it was made today instead of 99. Yeah, probably. I don't even know why the hell that movie was R, honestly. Like, I mean, yeah, a lot of people got killed technically, but it wasn't like they even got bloody. Like, honestly, there was a little bit of blood, but I don't know. Just for me, if you're going to do a Blade movie, it needs to be R-rated, and you need to quit being a bitch about it, Disney. I mean, it's been 5 years. I mean, how in the maybe heavy subject matter? Yeah, it very well could be. I mean, you're going to be dealing with the supernatural. That tends, unless you're watching Scooby-Doo, it tends to be intense. Um, but yeah, I mean, you even had there was a version of the script. You guys remember this where Blade was going to be like the fourth lead or some shit, and I don't know. It was going to be about like his daughter or some shit and Lilith. I don't remember. But like, yeah, the whole key to that thing was Blade was going to be the fourth lead in a movie titled Blade. Like, what the fuck kind of? How did that idea even like get any kind of traction whatsoever? The Blade, the vampire killer, being the fourth lead in his own movie. Like, what the fuck? Makes no sense. No sense. Like, just have him kill a bunch of vampires on his way to whoever the big bad is, whether it's, you know, just like a super powerful vampire, whether it's fucking full on Dracula. Because they went rounds in the comics, I know that. I mean, I don't understand how this movie's gone through so many writers and now 2 directors. Well, I mean, some of it I can understand because of Marvel's current pivot. But like, for reals, it's, I mean, yeah, the devil's in the details, but it shouldn't, for professional creatives / storytellers / writers, what have you, coming up with a decent story about a vampire killer killing vampires shouldn't be that hard, in my opinion. I'm not saying I could do it, but I'm not a writer. Never claimed to be a writer or a storyteller, per se. Brooke says, yeah, Blade could have been PG-13, but they made it rated R probably because of gore and dark sequences in general, plus the scenes around the blood god, which I liked. Yeah, that could have been it. That scene in the temple, the whole temple, all the happenings in the temple, probably could have had a lot to do with it. Well, that and the fact that the word fuck got used more than once. The second there's two fucks in a movie, it's R. It's been that way since the dawn of fucking time. You can say fuck once in a PG-13 movie. That's why they got to say fuck once in Guardians Volume 3. Because you can say it one time and still get a PG-13 rating. There were multiple F-bombs dropped in Blade. That was probably most of the reason it had an R rating, was from the script. And Disney could do that again, because let's face it, most of Deadpool's R rating is coming from Deadpool's mouth. Yes, there's going to be some decent violence and some gore in there, but most of it's going to come from what they call excessive strong language. I mean, if they eliminate a few F-bombs, then they probably could make a PG-13 Blade movie. As long as they had all the vampires disintegrate and didn't kill too many humans. But regardless, I still think it should be an R-rated movie. Not necessarily because of language, but just because we're talking about well, if they stick with the updated version, a half vampire who can walk in the daylight out killing full-blooded vampires. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could get that. Yeah, you know what? If it is a version or an alternative version of fuck like motherfucker, maybe you can't get away with that one in PG-13, but you can say the word fuck once. I know, because I've seen it happen in a few different movies where they said fuck one time and it was a PG-13 rating. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he says it twice. Once at the beginning in the hospital when he's trying to finish, what's his name, Quinn off. And the cop starts shooting at him. He's like, motherfucker, you out of your damn mind? And then, of course, at the end, motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill. But yeah, even if you make a Blade movie and it's not R-rated because of language, make it R-rated because of the tone. Super fucking dark. Doesn't necessarily have to be like super gory. I mean, it can be reasonably fucking violent though. You know, I mean, we are killing vampires and kicking ass on familiars, if not maybe killing a couple. Never know. But yeah, I want the full darkness. I want the full grittiness. I want the full intensity. And if that requires an R rating, fucking so be it. Get it done. And get it done soon. Find a fucking director. Well, first of all, hopefully this sixth writer finally gets the script to where they want it. Now it doesn't have to be a top name director. Just someone who can take a script and make it happen and make it look good and do it inside the Marvel system. What up, Jay? My guy. Just talking about Blade and the fact that it's lost its second director now, as well as recently picking up its sixth writer. And why it's so insanely fucking hard to get this movie done, although one reason could potentially be they're trying to make it PG-13, which in my opinion is fucking dumb. That would be a disservice to that movie. and the dark ass shit that needs to happen in a Blade movie. Especially if the rumors are true and you're bringing Dracula in. I mean, that that could lead to some gore. Dracula's not nice to humans. And there could be some good nice gory vampire kills, and there could be more than what we saw in the Blade movies. Time to let Blade go. Well, Mahershala might here before too long. I don't know how he's running. I don't know how he's held on 5 fucking years, honestly. I'd be like, bro. Like, you've got till this point in time, and then you're going to have to fucking find a new Blade. Like, fuck this shit. I don't know how he's held on this long. He must really want to be Blade. Like, really want to be Blade. And I can't say as I blame him, but fucking A. And yeah, part of the reason being that they're trying to tame it down to PG-13. Fucking no. Just no. No. So I don't see any fucking way we get that movie in November of next year. I mean, they're still finalizing the script, and now they need to find a fucking director, and it's already June. And on top of that, they got all the other projects that they're working on right now without even allocating time and resources to getting that one started and then, shot and then put through post and probably reshot and put through post again. Well, what's probably going to happen is Blade is going to get bumped to early 26. Fantastic Four is going to get bumped out of July, where it's going to have a bunch of competition, and then that'll end up in November, where it has a hell of a lot less. I can't remember exactly what his competition is going to be, but it's going to be serious. I can't remember what though, but I remember that it was going to be a pretty badass movie releasing, or supposedly badass movie releasing around the same time as Fantastic Four, but I can't remember what. But yeah, I feel like that's probably the most likely scenario. Especially given where this movie is at now, which is a 5-year state of fucking flux. Like, what the actual fuck? And there's no way Marvel can play we're just waiting we don't want to put it out and without us having it right, put it out too fast and it being bad. Bitch. Yes, you had COVID and a writer strike. But that's only 2 out of the last 5 years. The fuck you been doing for the other 3? What have you been doing? What have you been doing? That's just, at least me, obviously I have no skin in the game, but I love the Blade movies. I love Snipes' Blade movies. Even Blade Trinity. I know it's not good, but I still love it. Plus Jessica Biel's cake. Oh. Anyway, so it's like, God damn it, just get the fuck. So that is where I stand on the current state of Blade, which is, now, I may have overstated when I said shambles, but I don't think it's overstating it much, given the circumstances, honestly. 5 years since it was announced. Haven't shot a frame. On their sixth writer, and then now they need to hire their third director. I just don't. I don't get it. And obviously I don't want some B-level stupid ass vampire movie. I want a dope ass, super dark, gritty, ass kicking vampire movie. I just don't know why they can't fucking seem to get their poop in a group over there when it comes to this movie specifically. It defies logic, and frankly, it's annoying as shit. That's my feelings on it. What do you guys think? Are we going to actually get this fucking movie? And like I said, it's probably getting delayed till 26 now. But I am starting to wonder if we're actually going to get this fucking movie. I'm wondering, and honestly, my biggest concern is that Mahershala Ali is finally just going to be like, fuck this noise, and he just dips. I mean, he's going to be in that Jurassic World movie with ScarJo. And he'll probably have that shot and be chilling at home by the time they're ready to fucking start production on Blade. Jesus Christ. Travis says, I think Barry Jenkins, who did Moonlight, which also had Mahershala Ali, would be a fantastic choice for Blade. I did not see Moonlight. But yeah, someone who has ties to another good Mahershala Ali project, I'm down. Was Moonlight kind of like a supernaturally horror-y kind of thing there, Travis? Because that's really the key. Travis says, I think they'll plant some seeds for Blade in the upcoming projects, like my Giancarlo speculation. I'd like to see them do an hour-long special like Werewolf by Night in the meantime. Yeah, that'd be nice. But the scuttlebutt is that Blade is supposed to be the lead in to Midnight Suns, and that's where we're supposed to get our Werewolf by Night and Swamp Thing or Man Thing, whichever one of those was in there. Can't remember which. And all that kind of fun shit. So, I mean, they'll have to redo some shit if they don't get Blade done. That's for sure. They're gonna have to adjust plans, or they may just scrap the Midnight Suns altogether and just leave the supernatural side of Marvel on the back burner outside of the animated zombie show they're putting up for Disney+. Justin says, am I the only one that doesn't mind if this gets canceled? In here, maybe. Overall, definitely not. Like I said, it might not be too long before Mahershala just fucking is like, yeah, whatever. I am outie. I'm tired of waiting for y'all to get your shit together. And I would not blame him in the slightest. I would not blame him one single bit. Not one. Travis says, no, Moonlight is a coming-of-age story about a boy told across 3 time periods, but Jenkins' use of colors and neon, shooting at night, and how he handles action is fantastic. Okay. Okay. I mean, honestly, if Jordan Peele didn't work out for the X-Men, I mean, he's got a good horror pedigree, so give him Blade and Midnight Suns for that matter. C-Dub says, I love the old Blade movies, so I'm still holding out hope. I know, right? Kind of almost want to watch one when I'm done with this. Now that we're talking about it. But yeah, I don't even know anymore. I don't know if this movie's gonna fucking get made at this point. See, it says Jordan Peele for X-Men is a head scratcher. Blade makes way more sense. I agree. If I'm Kevin Feige, I'm trying to hire Jordan Peele for Supernatural MCU. Hell, fucking make him like the Supernatural MCU czar. You know? Or, well, maybe not go that far, but, you know. Definitely have him doing some Supernatural MCU and, you know, giving out tips and shit to people who come after him or what have you, but, you know. Brooks says, I would love for this Blade film to get made, but yeah, they can't seem to quite get their minds right on what exactly they want. Yeah. That's fucking redonk. And it leaves me puzzled. And it leaves me concerned. Because, you know, for a while I've been having full confidence. It's like, okay. Because they've been saying, okay, we got our story now. Now we just need the homie to do a last pass on the script. Writer number 6. Michael Pearson, I think his name is. But now you lost another fucking director. Son of a bitch. I just don't know. I really just don't know. At this point, I think it's 50-50 whether this movie actually gets made or not. Like, all the shit gone wrong. The fact that I don't see any way Mahershala is not fucking running out of patience. Like, a Tibetan monk would have run out of patience by now. I don't know how he hasn't. Yeah, so I hope it still gets made. I hope they find a director toot sweet. I hope Pearson gets done with the polish. I hope everyone loves all the work. I hope everyone can work inside the Marvel system, and I hope we get this goddamn movie made. Because I want more Blade. I want more Blade. I want more Blade. I want more Blade. More Blade. More Blade, please. So what do y'all think? Will this movie actually hit the screen with Mahershala Ali still as the star? That's the crux. If Mahershala quits, I still think the Marvel will eventually find a way to churn out a Blade movie. But will they put out a Blade movie starring Mahershala Ali? What do you guys think? It'll probably be in 2030, Brooks says. I mean, yeah. I mean, if it keeps getting delayed, they may as well start saving a lot of that stuff till post soft reboot. I mean, that might not actually be the worst idea, honestly. Saving Blade and Midnight Suns or just the supernatural side of Marvel in general till after the soft reboot. Saving Young Avengers till after the soft reboot. saving Ironheart till after the soft reboot. You know, just a lot of these projects that are using up time and resources that could be going to, like, the biggins. You know what I mean? I just don't think they're allocating their resources properly by spending all this time and money on all these essentially side projects. Like fucking Wonder Man. Why are you even bothering to make a show that's going to be under the Spotlight banner, which means it's going to have fuck all to do with the overall MCU? Why are you even making a show like that now? Especially the way Marvel's been. Like, why? Why? What sense does it make to hire all the actors and hire all the crew and do all the production on a show that, according to what Marvel themselves has said, is going to have little to nothing to do with the Multiverse Saga, which is the current overarching story. But anything under Spotlight during any saga is going to have little to nothing to do with said saga. So why are you making a show like that now? When you've been slumping. And the main reason you've been slumping is because you've been making too much shit in the first place and diluting the brand. And so Iger says, hey, we're going to cut back. But now you're still going to make Wonder Man. You're still going to make Ironheart. Although a lot of that might be shot now. I'm not sure on that. But it's like, the fuck. Justin says, cancel Blade 2. I mean, like I said, at this point, you may as well push it till after the reboot. Along with all the rest of the Supernatural Marvel. And all the extraneous projects. Like, they just need to be buckling down and making sure that somehow Brave New World doesn't suck, that Thunderbolts doesn't suck, that Fantastic Four is as dope as possible, that Avengers 5 is as dope as possible, that Doctor Strange 3 is as dope as possible. Don't need fucking Young Avengers. Oh, that Shang-Chi 2 is as dope as possible. That's a must. Shang-Chi 2 is a must. Obviously, Avengers 5, Secret Wars, and whether it's Secret Wars Part 1 and 2 or Secret Wars and Eternity Wars, because evidently they did renew the license / copyright for Eternity Wars recently. So that appears to be back on the table. But yeah, I mean, at this point, just push all that shit to after the soft reboot, after Secret Wars, and just get the big important shit done. And if that must include Blade, then fucking include Blade 2. But if not, get your shit in gear, get a director, and get these motherfuckers in front of cameras. Because I want this goddamn movie. I want it. I need it. So, but yeah. So, not only is Marvel fucking up, like, with all this piddling around they're doing a Blade, in the broader scheme, I think they're fucking up by diddling around with all these side projects that are completely unnecessary. Now, if Marvel was riding high, like they were still on Infinity War / Endgame levels, then yeah, do all the side shit you want. You've still got the grace of the audience, but you lost it in phases 4 and the beginning of 5. You lost the grace. So, you need to get it back, and the only way to get it back is by making sure the big shit is fucking awesome. That they're monstrous slappers. Blockbusters in every sense of the fucking word. From here on out. But obviously they're not going to fucking do that. At least not yet. It is what it is. Where you at with this, chat? Do you think Blade's going to get made? Do you think it'll get made with Mahershala Ali? Will it get pushed to after the reboot? If, you know, what say you, chat? What do you think? What is going to end up happening with this movie? Or any other questions, thoughts, or concerns, because that is all my planned content. The rest is now just up to us. But first, thoughts on Blade. Anybody, chat? Anybody? God damn. All right. In that case, might be time to get on out this bitch. Again, unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about. Doesn't have to be Blade. Doesn't have to be The Boys. Anything. I'm definitely willing to hang out if there's something else you guys want to talk about. But if not, I'm going to go chill out. And then attempt to get some sleep because it's Father's Day tomorrow. So it's going to be a busy day. Oh, by the way, happy Father's Day to all of you that are fathers, have fathers. And when I say fathers, that includes those of you who are stepping up and acting like a father and being a father to a child not of your loins. So, happy Father's Day to all of you and much respect. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And, all right. We're going to call it. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for participating in the chat. Thank you all for lurking if you were lurking. Thank you for making it this far in the replay. If you watched this whole motherfucker, I appreciate it. Again, on your way out of here, if you did not do so, have not done so, please hit them like and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know anytime I am on the mic doing my thing. And also, if you go into the description, you will see a link to my new channel. That channel is about, well, all the stuff I try and avoid talking about on here. I try and keep it nerdy in here, but I've decided I want a place to just let loose when I'm just thinking my things. So that's what that channel's all about. There are no videos yet. I'm going to be dropping an introductory video pretty soon, just explaining the channel in a much more coherent way than I am now. I'm going to write a script for that just to make sure. But, yeah, so there'll be an intro video, and then the subject videos will start dropping later. So far as doing lives on there, I mean, maybe. I mean, most of the subject matter I'm going to be dealing with is has the potential to be triggering. So I don't know if lives would be that good an idea. But on the other hand, it could be a damn good therapy session or discussion session anyway, especially since I'm a ban all stupid motherfuckers. So check that out. Go give that a sub. And, of course, here if you haven't done so. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Father's Day. And we'll see you all on Wednesday. Much love. Peace. a light news week and still 2.5 hours. Y'all are awesome. Only had 3 subjects, and y'all still hung out 2.5 hours. Chatting it up. That is so awesome. You guys are the best. I mean, a couple of you even went and made second accounts just to bounce this channel to 200. Thank you. Although what'll probably happen, as it usually does, is some subscription that someone clicked like months ago and hasn't done shit, YouTube will probably dump them off me like they always. That always happens. Every time I hit like a 10, like a multiple of 10, like when I hit 190, I had 190 for like 2 days, and then it dropped to 189. And then 190 came back, and then it went up, and then now we're at 200. But I would not be surprised if I wake up literally in the morning and it's back down to 199, just because YouTube does. They do account culling, and I generally get popped with at least 1 or 2 accounts every time they call. Sons of bitches. Oh well. But again, thank you to all of you for being here, for being a part of this community, for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I always have a good time with y'all. And one more again, happy Father's Day, and be safe out there. And we'll see y'all on Wednesday. Peace.